What? No, man. I'm dreaming. I'm going to wake up. And Amber didn't say I've got a dainty bush. Unless she's getting ahead of this because more pictures are coming out. Hey, I said I had a dainty bush. That's not dainty. You've never tended to that garden? Yeah. She never looked after a cat's fur. I doubt she's looking after her own fur. Meow. I said I was going to be catty. Oh, I thought I had my cat mask somewhere.
Which is Peak Sparkles, but her vlog channel. And also Yo Mama. So I'd say those are my top 3 right now. How big is your bush?
How deep is your love? How big is your bush, Amber? I really need to know. How big is your bush, Amber? I really need to know.
'Cause we living in a world of truth. How big does it grow? Buried deep within your folds. In the dark, does your bush grow?
How big is your bush, Amber? I really need to know.
Hello, 'tis I, Fat Cow. Something a little different today. I know. Amberlynnreid has uploaded video 3 of 4 answering 100 questions that were legitimately, totally, actually in reality submitted by actual real life viewers and not at all written by herself in order to address some things she wanted to clear up. Now this question is about Geordie, of course, and I would like to respond to Amberlynn's response, because this question can be applied to all reactors to Amberlynn and Foodie. So I thought I'd kind of squish the two worlds together and make a humongous thing.
How big is your bush? I have a dainty bush.
A wise man once said, next to a mountain, even an elephant can look dainty.
If you could ask Geordie one single question and have him answer honestly and without bias or trying to impress his audience, what question would you ask him? Honestly, there's a lot. I have a whole interview I could give him, trust. Geordie, hello. I know you're watching. I know you're watching by yourself first, and then you like to watch again while you're reacting, which is weird because why can't you just watch the first time during your reaction? Is it because you have to think of things to say and to complain about and to nitpick and all the little fat jokes you make? Is that what it is? You have to like ponder that while you're playing your little World of Warcraft in your mom's basement? Don't answer that.
These questions of yours that you're responding to off the cuff right now, you wrote them yourself. Obviously, we know that. We're not stupid. Some of them were given in, but not that one. That question you wanted to address because Geordie's blocked you and you wanted the final word. So my question is, how long did it take you to formulate the response? How many times did you write it down, rewrite it, edit it? And then how many times did you practice it? And then how many takes did it take before you got the right version that you've uploaded? You see, there's two kinds of reaction channels. Ones that react immediately on first viewing, and others that prefer to be prepared, so that one, they know what they're reacting to is actually worth reacting to. 'Cause sometimes stuff is so dire, so dull, so boring, and so lacking in anything that can be responded to, you don't bother covering it. Foodie's last 2 uploads, for example. And then there's reactors like myself and presumably Geordie, who wants a watch first just to make sure there's stuff to react to, and also to make sure that the stuff is suitable. Because on occasion, people like yourself and Foodie will upload something that goes completely against terms of service, or you or they will say something so fundamentally shitty we don't want anything to do with it. So yeah, that's not really the point that you were trying to make, is it? And it's not actually a point, because you should know how making content for YouTube works by now, surely.
You say that you want, the best for me. You want me to go on semaglutide and lose the weight. You say that you're just a reaction channel and you're reacting to just, me as a person, and supposedly I'm just not a good person and all that. But what makes you better? Every 1 minute or 2 minutes, you have a fat joke.
There is a very, very big difference between thinking you're better than other people because you're arrogant and knowing you're better than someone because you have a certain character and a certain set of morals and rules you live by. I'm not going to speak on Geordie's behalf because I know very little about Geordie, but some of us reactors are of a mind that we may be quantifiably or argumentatively better than certain people we react to for a few reasons. I personally have never accused another person of SA falsely. Never entered my head, in fact. It is a thought that naturally, by default, does not occur to me. I have never asked a child, 16 is a child, for nude pictures. I have never emotionally blackmailed an online partner to send me photographs of their genitals. I have never given up a pet for a romantic partner. I mean, there are several books. When I say books, I mean books with a capital B, that have a list of guidelines or rules that they recommend you follow in order to be a good person. And if you don't subscribe to those particular rules, you could have some just basic common human decency and not literally break the spirit of a person you're romantically involved with, or spread lies and rumours about people, or insinuate things. I mean, do I think I'm better than you? I have no sense of superiority over anybody. Do I know I'm better than you in terms of my behaviours and my character? Fucking yes, I do.
A very mean fat joke. You are fat phobic and you're fat shaming, and your audience eggs it on.
I personally am not so superficial that I would prefer people criticising my actual character over my appearance. Maybe I'm weird, I don't know. And I'd argue that he's not fat phobic. He's Amberlynnreid phobic. And Amberlynnreid is an unpleasant individual who happens to be fat.
What makes you any better than me?
A fair bit. He's personable, he's funny, he seems very pleasant, and he doesn't appear to have a malicious bone in his body. So I know who I would personally prefer to spend time with, and it has absolutely nothing to do with your size or shape or your body.
You're actively making fun of someone's weight, size, and body for money, for monetization gain.
Yeah, that's one of the aims of having a channel on YouTube. You're getting paid too. You do know that. And by default, what you've just done by directing a question at Geordie, you've given him content to reply to, and because it's a direct response to you, more people are going to watch him. So you've actually made him more money, which is kind of shooting yourself in the foot, isn't it? I mean, I'm probably going to make some money responding to you too, and you don't even mention me. I mean, you don't even know who I am, but that's by the by. A lot of people are going to make money off you answering this question that was totally submitted by a viewer. Wink, wink.
But yet I'm the bad person. I know you're going to have a rebuttal. I know you're going to manipulate your audience.
You really legitimately think you've got an argument here? Oh, bless you.
But either way, if you were just reacting, like, why is it okay to be fat phobic while doing so? Is that because that's all you have?
Your size, your shape, your body, trust me, is the least interesting thing about you. The same applies to Foodie. You might feel comfortable assuming that the reason the pair of you have such a large anti-following of people is purely because you're fat. And that is the farthest from the truth that you can possibly get. We literally would be equally as critical of the pair of you if you woke up tomorrow and was miraculously both size 10s. We don't like your characters. We don't like your behaviours. We don't like being lied to. And we don't like the way both of you treat other people and animals. I couldn't give a literal flying F about either of your dress sizes. I don't care. I don't care. Yeah, it's more comfortable for you to think that the entire planet of Hater Nation is against you because your size. Because otherwise, you would have to acknowledge that both of you are fundamentally unpleasant and unlikable people.
Because I'm not as shitty as you really thought I was, and my life isn't as dramatic as you want it to be.
Again, to the pair of you, your lives are a veritable shit show. And you both are shitty people. How many of us reactors, not the reactors that themselves have become lolcows, let's say, the other reactors, how big are our little Hater Nations? Because, speaking for myself, I get nothing but love and support. Nothing but. You see, it doesn't have to. Well, it didn't have to, because you're stuck with it now, but it didn't have to be like that.
So the only thing you have is like every other minute making fun of my body and my weight and my size and my issues.
Wow. You are really smug. You really think you have an argument. You're horrible. You're a horrible, manipulative narcissist. I've missed you. You're still boring AF. But every so often that dark psychology just tickled bits of my brain.
That's pretty fucking pathetic if you ask me.
Oh, Geordie, you must be so scared. You must be shaking in your chair. That's, I don't know how you recover from that. I mean, I thought from Foodie was bad. But being told you're pathetic by Amberlynnreid. Oh no. Oh. God. I'm so sorry, Geordie. My thoughts and prayers are with you.
And I think it's time you go outside and get a little bit of sun. You're looking a little pale.
Coming from a woman who only goes out when her mummy picks her up. So, the entire world is fatphobic. Everybody, shame on you. We hate, dislike, comment on both Amber and Foodie because they're fat. I've been caught. Oh no. It's got nothing to do with the fact that both of you are heinous. You're both vile. Yeah, I mean, keep telling yourself that's why people don't like you. It's obviously a much easier to live with than the fact that you are fundamentally unpleasant people. So I'm not going to criticise you for this level of denial. If it ever dawns on you the reality of the situation, I hope you try to rectify it. I'm not holding my breath, though. Anyway, some people are psychologically fascinating. I cannot comprehend such levels of unawareness.